Our team's so back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII. We're talking Rebirth. We got a lot to talk about today. So we've previously talked about, like over a week ago, the potential of like a state of play. We did that with the like Tokyo Game Show lineup for Square Enix. Jeff Grubb had heard about there's supposed to be a state of play at some point this month. He also did say as well, I don't think we talked about it in that video, that he hadn't heard about a showcase, but there is, I think, also a rumor of a potential showcase. But either way, something seems to be happening this month. Either a state of play or a PlayStation showcase. I will say, looking it up, dude, you can actually like, there's an IGN article that has like a compilation of like every state of play and PlayStation showcase that has existed ever from like 2019 until now. And if you actually go through the whole list, like they've done something in September every single year. 2019 to 2020, they've had something, either a state of play or a showcase within September. So if we just take that, there kind of has to be something this month. Take a look at that list. It's kind of 50-50, right? 2 state of plays, 2 showcases in September. One was a PS5 showcase, one was a PlayStation showcase. The same thing, but kind of different, but the other 2 were actually state of plays. The kind of pattern I noticed, too, is if it was like a September state of play, then there's generally a showcase earlier in the year, and if it's a showcase in September, then there's often like 1 or more state of plays earlier in the year. And obviously, earlier this year, we got a showcase, so I think the odds are decent that if we get something this month, it's a state of play instead of an actual PlayStation showcase, which kind of goes in line with what Jeff Grubb was saying, that he hasn't heard about a showcase. More specifically with this rumored state of play, it might be happening this week, at least according to like a reputable leaker of on Reset Era, Shinobi 602. They used to leak like a bunch of Call of Duty stuff back in the day or something. So last Friday, this person said the lack of communication from Sony at this point is sad. At least next week we'll have something, state of play / Spider-Man. To which Shinobi had replied and said, well, this week is over now. Essentially saying that like, yeah, next week something's going to happen. And obviously now it's Monday, we're into next week. So I would expect at any point maybe like some sort of reveal. Like if not this week, it's got to happen at this month at some point, right? There's got to be something based on the track record with Sony in September. What that matters to us, of course, is that a state of play, a PlayStation showcase, any of those are good candidates for something for Rebirth. Obviously, we have TGS on the horizon still. It's not that far away at this point, like less than 2 weeks. And that's almost a guarantee, but they could also do something for Rebirth at a state of play, at a PlayStation showcase, and also at TGS. It doesn't just have to be TGS. Just kind of where some people's focus is, like they're only focused on TGS, but I think they can do both because they have a history of doing both, right? But to be fair, at least with this year, we had a PlayStation showcase in May, and there was nothing for Rebirth there. And then, like, literally just a mere 2 weeks later, they had, like, a trailer at Summer Game Fest. So they could just skip a state of play. They could skip a PlayStation showcase and just only want to do TGS. That is, of course, a possibility. Kind of a TLDR, expect the state of play probably this week, and the announcement could happen at kind of any time. They like to do that shit like a day or 2 before it's going to happen. So they could happen tonight, tomorrow, at any point. Also this, but, like, these are almost always fake. I don't think I've ever seen one of these, this, like, format for, like, a leak. If it's ever been true, maybe it has in the past, I don't know. But there's also like multiple errors on this where it says state of play instead of state of play. And at the top it says confidential information instead of information. So yeah, it's definitely fucking fake by somebody who's kind of illiterate. That's actually not where our Rebirth related information ends. So we've talked like not too long ago about like the pre-orders going live on multiple different websites, things like that, right? So we have a couple things regarding that. One of them is we have an official description of the game coming from Amazon. It's actually quite big. Like I have my PlayStation 5 pulled up over here. It's like 2 sentences of a description when you pull it up on like the PlayStation Network. Whereas you go to Amazon, they give you like a little bit of details about the game itself. Nothing that's like groundbreaking. If you've already been playing FF7 and Remake and stuff, you kind of already know all this. But it gives you details about the game, way more than that. It's almost a paragraph worth. So the official description reads, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the second entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project, which retells the story of the genre redefining RPG across 3 distinct games. Iconic heroes Cloud, Barret, Tifa, Aerith, and Red 13 have escaped from the dystopian city Midgar and are now in pursuit of Sephiroth, the vengeful swordsman from Cloud's past who was thought to be dead. This new adventure can be enjoyed by all players, even those who have yet to play Final Fantasy VII Remake or the PlayStation original. Expect a new standard of cinematic storytelling, fast-paced combat, and rich exploration across a vast world. So first off, vast world, gotta put a little emphasis on that. We've heard it a few times, but every time I see like the description of Rebirth, including vast world, that gets me excited. That doesn't necessarily mean open world or anything, but just a big world to explore. Exploration is one of my favorite aspects of gaming. I like, depending on the game, like just exploring the world is more interesting to me than just the story or something, or just like questing or whatever. Like I just like to walk around and explore like a really good designed world. And hopefully that's what Rebirth is. And it looks like it is, at least from the one trailer we have. But anyways, that product description is kind of crazy, right? It's pretty lengthy. It's way bigger than what they have on, again, like the PlayStation Network, which is just like 2 sentences that talks about it being like a remake or something of the 1997 original, or sort of. Something along those lines, right? It's like literally this really short description. And looking into it, this isn't just Amazon's description. They actually have this description on Best Buy and also Target, which is kind of cool. So we're seeing this start to pop up other places. I'm kind of confused why they wouldn't also just like copy and paste this to the PlayStation Network, but maybe this is like a sign that, again, things are kind of happening relatively soon. The fact that we're starting to see these descriptions there. I don't think they were there when the pre-orders went up, but maybe they were, but we're just now kind of talking about this and seeing this, I guess. Or people are just now noticing it, whatever. Another interesting bit that we have in regards to like pre-order situation stuff is the tweet right here from PlayStation Germany, where they say that we hear now is like the perfect time to add FF7 Rebirth to your wish list. That by itself might not mean much. It could just be like an in general tweet, maybe just reminding people to add it to their wish list. But the eye emoji makes it a little bit interesting, obviously, like, hey, maybe something's happened relatively soon. But the main interesting bit about this is that I went on there today to get like a screenshot for this video, because we're going to talk about it anyways, and they deleted the tweet. This makes it far more interesting, right? Because there would be no reason to delete the tweet unless they did something they weren't supposed to. Whether they tweeted too early, talked about something they weren't supposed to talk about, whatever the case, they wouldn't have deleted it otherwise. If it was just like a friendly like reminder to wish list Rebirth, it would still be up, but it's not. So I think it's something. Going back to their initial tweet before it was deleted, them saying that like now is the perfect time to wish list Rebirth on the PlayStation Network. I mean, that obviously seems to imply that there's going to be pre-orders going live on PlayStation Network relatively soon. And for that to be the case, there's got to be a trailer, right? They got to be dropping a trailer relatively quickly. And if we're getting pre-orders live on PlayStation Network, we're probably going to have a release date. Is this going to be Tokyo Game Show? Is this going to be State of Play? Doesn't really matter. They're both like relatively soon. State of Play is this week. Tokyo Game Show is in less than 2 weeks. So like it doesn't really matter if we get it this week or next week. I'm just excited. Just need a trailer. I just need to know what's the game. I want to see more of the game. I want to see what the pre-order bonuses are. I want to see when the release date is. I need all this in my life soon. It's kind of a wrap up of the video. We have like the Jeff Grubb rumor of like a September State of Play happening at some point. We have the Shinobi Reset Era post about like something happening this week, potentially a State of Play. We have these like game descriptions popping up on other websites, and then we have this PlayStation Germany tweet about like wishlist in the game, that getting taken down. So it definitely feels like something's happening. It's got to happen. Like if it's not State of Play, it's got to be Tokyo Game Show. If it doesn't happen on either one of them, I don't know what's going on. It's got to be this month. We're almost halfway through September. Got to get something soon for Rebirth. My God, it's been so long. I know that we already have like a pretty good trailer for Rebirth, but I just need another one just to confirm that the game's real. I just need to know that it exists, that this game is actually a thing that is tangible, that we'll touch at some point. We'll get to play at some point. And I want to see more of the world. I just want to see more of the characters, the world, locations, things like that. I'm so excited for another trailer, man. It's just weird. Hopefully, if and when this trailer happens, they really start kicking into gear the marketing for the game. Because it's like 3 months of silence. Like if we go to like TGS, it's like 3.5 months of silence. Like just come on, please. Ever Crisis is cool. It's a cool little FF7 distraction type thing. It's a fun game. But I need Rebirth. I need the remake trilogy. That's what I want. Like, please hurry up. Give me a trailer. Anyways, that's the video. Subscribe to channel if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @YT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine, or leave it like Cobain.